Greetings all. It's me again, playing some more World of Tanks. I finally got my IS3. Look at it. Oh, it's still pretty. It's still pretty. I had a love-hate relationship with the IS. At first, when I started playing it, it was just basically a KV1S on steroids, with a little bit of extra armor, and the fact that it got into tier 9 games, which the cannon it has really doesn't do very well in tier 9 games personally. I just have a very good experience with it. So the IS is now gone. My T29 is my tier 7 heavy of choice, so I couldn't see any point in keeping the IS. But this thing, oh my lord. I have been bouncing, dinging, and generally having a hell of a game with these things for my entire mid-tier career in World of Tanks. These things have been the bane of my existence. And to be perfectly honest with you, I can understand why. From my first few games, just check out the service record. Alright, I've played 2 games in it. 2 games. And I've already got my first class mastery badge. My efficiency ain't too bad in it. I cannot believe how awesome this vehicle is. But at the moment, as you probably the observant ones amongst you, it's still stock. Well, stock as in what you get on the IS. I mean, there's the gun from the IS. 175mm penetration, 390 damage, horrendous accuracy and horrendous aiming time. I don't think it gets much better from the IS. I'm aiming for this thing, the BL9, which gives you a massive upgrade in penetration. Still garbage accuracy, but it's Russian, what you expect. But it's the 225, the extra 50mm of average penetration that will be quite welcomed. However, before I do that, I need to get the turret, because the stock turret only has 150mm at the front, 90 at the sides, and 80 at the rear. But the top turret has 220. The top turret on this gun is Troll. It has no gun depression. I found that out to my detriment with my career in heavy tanks. It hasn't got any gun depression, and I've been doing the maths, and you don't actually need the tracks before you can fit the top turret. I think you need the tracks before you get the top gun. We'll wait out and see on that one. Modules have gone for coated optics. At the moment, I've gone up with optics because this tank's bloody blind. 330 meter view range compared to the other tier 8s. I mean, what's the T29, just for out of interest? T29 is 280. You know, it's, for want of a better word, it's blind. The pattern, for example, is 400. So I went for coated optics, but I will be exchanging it for a vert stab once I get 600,000 credits. But obviously I've just bought the tank, so yeah. Vents and a rammer, standard spread of ammunition, etc, etc, etc. Right, the first game I ever played. Check this out. Okay, first ever game in the IS. It's on the Siegfried line, not one of my favourite maps. Looking at the teams, I'm the most efficient and the player with the highest win ratio on our team. Unfortunately, I'm pretty much stock. I use the term stock because I haven't got the BL9 or the top turret. But it turns out in this game it doesn't really matter. Now, the first thing I was very surprised with about this thing was the speed of it. It's not very good going over boggy ground up a hill, but then no heavy tank is. When it gets a bit of a wiggle on in the straight, by Christ, this thing's nippy. And even with the stock tracks, it turns really well. From what I've been reading up and what I can gather from the more experienced players that I know, it's basically one of the best brawling tanks in the game. And because of its nose, the way its nose is shaped with that centre split there, the plates are actually quite nicely angled, so you don't go around corners at an angle like you would in, say, a flat plated tank like a German. Now look at that aiming time. And I decided to take a chunk out of the masonry. Yeah, so you need to go basically stick this into people's faces and just shoot them until they die. Okay. Seems like a good idea. Doable. Gun depression's horrendous, but after playing the Americans, you know, it's a playstyle I'm going to have to get used to. So I'm going to take this position here where this IS and this Hellcat are, because if I'm ever starting the north, I always get shot to bits by somebody camping here or sitting on this particular thing here. I'm top tier, so it's up to me to get in there and start getting in the mix and start hurting people. Not really too worried about that Pershing. I can't see him, can't now, and there's a VK there, look. So take my aim, get myself sorted out, wait for it to aim. Again, horrendous aiming time, it's Russian. Nice 351 damage to the VK there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Ooh, sneaky shot on the Pershing maybe, if he lets me, if he stays still for long enough. Took him down to next to no health there. It's always good. So that's 2 shots, 2 hits, 800 damage. Have a look for the T29. Right, so realise the T29's there. Back off. Okay, he's got the stock gun, or at least it's the 90mm. I think it's the 76mm. Tip from the top: if you're grinding a T29, go the T1 heavy and M6 route. It gives you the 90mm from the M6. It is a horrendous grind if you've got the 76mm and you haven't got the free XP to unlock the 90mm. You do not want to be getting in tier 9 games with a T29 firing a 76mm. You're just going to basically may as well be firing ping pong balls at them, unless you're obviously rocking premium, but even then it's not guaranteed. So I decided to ignore that, leave that IS3, turn my back on him, which is a risk, but it pays off this time. Yeah, damage there by the IS. He took a chunk out of me. Let's just have a look, see where he hit me. Yeah, see, I came out at an angle and it basically made that front plate there flat, which gave him a flat plate to shoot at. Again, I'm having to get used to this tank. It's not very often, I very rarely drive tanks with this kind of sloping. So I take a chunk out the Inden Panzer. It's all good. Nearly done 2,000 damage. Some of you'll notice from my earlier videos, I've got a gun sound mod installed. Bossman, one of the guys who I platooned with on a regular basis, was kind enough to take control of my PC for about 10 minutes and install my sound mod. I've no idea how he did it. I've no idea what you're supposed to do, so please don't ask. Any questions, just ask Bossman, basically, or ask me and I'll ask Bossman for you. Sneak around the corner. IS isn't looking at me. Okay, he isn't stock, so he has an advantage on me, so I'm just checking the IS isn't looking at me. I'm in a bit of a precarious position here. I really got myself in the poo. I could potentially be in deep trouble here, but it just seems that the enemy team just don't want to come and hunt me for some reason. I don't know why. But anywho. Oh, is he going to back up into my gun sight? Oh yes. Good night, Vienna. 10-second reload on this gun. It's not a bad reload. Doesn't improve much from the actual IS, which I was quite surprised with. I would have thought being a tier 8 it would have reloaded slightly faster, but never mind. Take its tracks off. Somebody takes a chunk out of him from behind. Gives me extra spotting damage. So I decided just to sit here, wait for the reload. Jagdpanzer IV takes a chunk out of me from the side, but then again I've got a fairly healthy health pool there. I'm not really that too bothered. He didn't do that much damage, but he did bust my fuel tank. Now this is one thing, people don't really get scared about fuel tanks, but if you get hit in the fuel tank, it increases your risk of fire. So it can be a problem if you get shot again. Alright, so which do I shoot at? Take out the IS first, and these two guys have come around the corner and basically two-shot the Jagdpanzer IV. Some good teamwork there. Jagdpanther 2, dangerous vehicle. However, 175mm went straight through his upper plate there and set him on fire, so that's always good. Nearly 4,000 damage done. Let's see if I finish off the T29. Not looking so hot. So, this is a win. This is in the bag. They've got 2 tier 6 tanks left, and they're both out in the middle of the field. I've decided this tank's a keeper, so I've painted it, and I've put my badges on it, etc, etc. Shot the T50. Whee! T150, have some of that, son. He turns his gun round. I'm really not bothered if he hits me, to be honest. Finish him off. Now I'm trying to get the kill on the KV-1S here, but this is where the Russian gun trolls me a little bit. This thing is not a sniping gun. If this was a T29 shot, I'd have hit him there. Oh, I did actually hit him. Oh, fantastic. I didn't realise I hit him on that one. When I was in game, I can't remember hitting him. I should have stayed still there to let the aiming circle get a bit smaller for when they spot him again, but c'est la vie. Just waiting for him to pop out again, let the other guys who are on higher health than me do all the work. I'm asking the guy who's capping as well to pack it in. I really dislike your 14-7 up. I mean, he's not going to get there to kill that KV-1S, but there are people actually that sit in cap and don't give the opportunity to get the kills, which really pisses me off sometimes. Yeah, so that's the first game in my IS3. First ever game. Let's have a look at some post-game stats. There we go. First class mastery badge on my first ever game in a tank that is used quite a lot. I have it on good authority to get a rank 1 or a mastery badge on this. Is no mean feat, because they're used exclusively in things like tank companies and all that kind of stuff. People are always out playing in them. Hit and damaged, that's about 2, 4, 6, 9 tanks. Basically reduced that enemy IS3 to next to nothing. By far did more work than anyone else on my team. But then again, I was top tier and top efficiency player, so I should have done. Yeah, that's the kind of results you should see from if you get a team like that. Made 39,000 credits in a tier 8 heavy, which isn't bad at all. If I keep doing that, I might actually be able to afford to put that vert stab on it at some point. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like it. Comments are welcome. And please subscribe and tell your friends. I've got 67 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. This channel is less than 3 months old, and I've already got 67 subscribers, which is amazing. So it must mean I'm doing something right. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. This Glob signing off. Bye.